Hey guys, subscribe for daily content, and if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks!
What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short little unboxing video to share with you guys. Midgards Messer / Tools for Gents sent me a huge box of knives. I mean, like actually gigantic boxes, like within a bigger box. It's too much stuff to show on one video. But today I've got two of them that are here. I'm going to guess they're big in general, even the smaller box, because usually the stuff that comes in from Tools for Gents is a Midgards Messer product, or is just huge. If you ever wonder, like, where does Metal Complex and other, content creators and just people on YouTube or social media, where are these people getting these big overbuilt knives? Most of it is coming from Tools for Gents under the Midgards Messer tab. I will link them right down in the description. Great retailer, and they definitely do ship to the United States. Just make sure and change the language to English. But yeah, great retailer. I've always had really good experience with them, and I know a lot of other people have, including many of the people who watch this channel. So I'll invite you to check them out. Thanks to Tools for Gents and Midgards Messer. Thanks to my patrons. Let's open this stuff up. This is the... They both feel heavy. This is... What? I feel like... Is there a seal? No, there's just a tab. I feel like I've looked at this. Is this a new version of it? What is this? It's definitely big. This is a knife that's made by Fox. Is this what I think it is? Yeah, yes, it is. I have this. I mean, maybe they didn't realize it, but I have this knife. So let me speak on this again. Number one, yeah, this is an expensive product because I'll tell you what, I think that's actually Damasteel. Yeah, that's legitimately Damasteel. That's not like, ho-hum, whatever, Damascus. That's actually Damasteel. This is a collab between, I haven't reviewed this. Maybe this means that this knife is now available. And the one that I got was like a pre-production sample. So this is, I think, almost a 1/4 inch stock of Damasteel. That's a lot of Damasteel. It's a titanium frame lock by Fox, which normally does not inspire confidence, but if you remember the unboxing of this a long time ago, you'll remember that I said, wow, this is actually pretty nice. Now, obviously, a super duper thick blade is not going to create the ideal for geometry for, general cutting tasks, but will it cut and slice? Yeah, it's still plenty sharp enough to do that. It's just if you are the type of person to, I feel like that's already cut from one direction. We should probably get a piece of paper that's not in such poor condition. If you're the type of person who likes to carry an aggressively thick knife just for the novelty of it, well, then here you have an option in Damasteel, right? One of the thicker pieces of Damasteel that I've seen, kind of a darker etch. We have the bronze and blackened, almost kind of gunmetal-y titanium. I actually really like the combination of the bronze and it's probably actually gold tie. But yeah, I have this one. I just haven't reviewed it yet. I guess I need to get a review going. But truthfully, I like this knife. It's just really, really expensive for a lot of stuff that's definitely going to cater more towards a very specific type of knife enthusiast who also wants to carry the stuff that they are enthused about, right? Then it will be beneficial for people who are more on the utilitarian side of things, right? So, yeah, that's cool. This is, again, the Bifur, I believe. Yeah, Fox and Midgards Bifur. So, made in Italy. All right. And then the other one here, this one, what am I talking about? This one wasn't nearly as heavy. I was perplexed, I guess. Let's see what we've got. So is this a pure Midgards? This just says Midgards, nothing else. What is in here? Oh, goodness. Okay, so do we have like a, God, that is a thick, do we have a knife more on the budget end? Okay, that's kind of neat. So it's a simple liner lock. Yeah, so this is a Midgards Messer budget knife. What is this called? The Balance? Oh, no, it is Fox. Fox and Midgards Balance. Okay, I'm really hoping, like, whenever I see N690, I go, ooh, because N690 is one of those steels that, and it's, by the way, it's a fine steel, right? I feel like performance-wise, it's very similar to your VG10, your 154CM. It's right in that same neighborhood. It's not going to be identical, right? But N690 is hyper stainless, so that's kind of the claim to fame. It's really hard to pinpoint where I feel like this should belong in terms of the price points. So you see a wide range. Tends to be between 100 and 150. I don't know that I love that that's where N690 ends up, but again, it's kind of hard for me to place it. And I say really confusing things like, oh my God, 154 CM is one of my favorite steels, and I'll pretty much accept it at any price point, which doesn't help at all. Okay, I have to note this. This is really nice in the action department. Really nice. Like pinch opening it, especially because the blade is so tall. That's really nice. Reverse flicking it, yeah, incredibly easy. How did you guys do on your liner lock? Wow, pretty good. Wow, okay. That looks like a steep slope. I gotta be honest. I saw the slope and I thought I'm gonna disengage this immediately. But no. I don't know why, like, it has to be so steep like that. I see that a lot with Italian knives. I feel like the frame, this has just got too much surface contact to, yeah, it's totally fine. But it's just like, I don't know why I see such steep slopes, but that didn't move at all. It's probably just got to be just like lock bar tension and the total amount of surface contact under there. Pocket, the red G10 is kind of like a love it or hate it kind of thing. I definitely, this is not the object, not the type of object that you're going to drop on the ground and like lose it. I will say this. I don't love that for me, if your hands are smaller than mine, it might not be that big of a deal. For me, this is a 3-finger knife, which is so weird because it's huge. That's got to be 180 thousandths on the spine bare minimum, which is thick, if I'm not defining that clearly. Oh, yeah, 197 thousandths. Wowzers. So that's thick for sure. Can it slice? Probably, because, you know, just because it's over, you know, I always say like the middle of the road for the knife roll's like 135. Oh yeah, like it's not a thin edge. So again, there are still people who are like, he thinks that the cutting the paper means that he doesn't understand the edge. Listen, please listen to me. I understand that cutting a piece of paper proves nothing. All I'm testing there is how sharp the factory edge is, and I'm demonstrating to people who think because knife thick, knife can't cut. It definitely can, right? It's not like it's gonna, you know, we approach the paper with the knife and, it can't because it's over 150 thousandths. Like, no, of course not, right? All I'm doing is testing the factory edge. I understand that geometry plays a role in terms of cutting performance, right? In terms, like, on top of heat treatment and, of course, the composition. But depending on what you're cutting, geometry can dramatically change the experience you're having. So cutting through something like rubber or styrofoam or wood, right? If you have an incredibly thick edge geometry, these processes will be basically slogged down to a crawl, right? So please save me the big long paragraphs. Please save me those big long explanations, right? Report back to Reddit and be like, God, dang it, guys, we're going to have to come up with another plan. You know, like you can complain about, go back to complaining about my affiliates, right? That's, you guys love that topic. Anyways, edge geometry, right? The paper cut test doesn't prove anything one way or another. I'm just showcasing, yeah, it does come with a sharp enough edge to cut, which most people, the average person, just wanting the knife to do knife stuff, even if certain tasks are slowed down by geometry, right? Some people just like to carry a thick blade just because, right? I think this is pretty cool. I like this. Yeah, I would hope that this is way less expensive. Like, I would hope that this is close to, if not, I mean, legitimately, I'm going to be honest with you, I would hope that this is well under 100, like 85 bucks. I think it would be fine, right? N690, not a cheap, that's a bowler steel. It's not anything special. It's also not cheap to make, despite it being lackluster from my perspective in terms of performance, right? But again, I understand that's kind of contradicted to, you know, like when you consider how much I praise other very similar steels. So it's hard. It's hard. It's difficult. I make mistakes. Anyways, these are interesting. I'm so glad that Midgards Messer is sending me more stuff because it's been a long time since I've checked this stuff out. I will link them in the description, down in the description, the Midgards Messer tab on Tools for Gents. Please check it out. There's lots of really cool stuff there that many of you have never seen before. It's really cool. So that's going to be it today, guys. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do not like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.